Thank you so much for being here on this very auspicious and happy occasion for all of us. We're here to celebrate, of course, the inauguration of the Kavli Energy Nanosciences Institute at Berkeley. And as we discussed in our really beautiful symposium this afternoon, what an exciting field of science it is at the moment in the field of nanoscience, and also just how important it is to maintain the level of deep dedication to scholarship and discovery, and to also try our best to develop ideas that will ultimately impact the future of energy, environment, and climate on this planet. So we're very, very fortunate to have this opportunity here to have a dedication that comes from so many generous gifts to this university, and we'll be saying more about that as we go along. But I'm just thrilled here to be with you and to have so many people here who have played such a decisive role in making this all happen. So I'm greatly honored, first of all, to be able to introduce Chancellor Nicholas Dirks of Berkeley. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you all for being here on this extraordinarily important occasion for our university. Since Paul just introduced me, I want to start by thanking him and the collaboration that we have as a campus with the Lawrence Berkeley National Lab. The work, of course, that Paul himself does in nanoscience is not irrelevant to the fact that we're doing this here today, but it's his group working with us here on campus that has enlivened and enabled so many different parts of our scientific enterprise in this university, and it's a wonderful collaboration to recognize as part of this as well. This, for me, is a wonderful occasion. I have known about the Kavli Foundation, of course, for some time. I met Bob in Low Library at Columbia some years ago, and of course came to know about the foundation through their support of neuroscience at Columbia, which was part of what catapulted that university's capacity in that field to become one of the leaders across the globe. And I think what we are recognizing and celebrating this evening, and indeed all weekend, is the way in which the work that's being done here on this campus and in the lab in energy and nanoscience-related fields is already a world leader, but with this help and support is destined for even greater things going forward. And it is so important to note the role the Kavli Foundation plays in supporting basic science these days more than ever. That kind of support, that kind of not just recognition, but such generous material support for the kinds of things that are harder and harder to fund is so very, very important, and we recognize the work that Bob has done. We're so happy to have the chair of the board, Raquel, here, and please extend to all of your colleagues our real our deep appreciation for your support and for your choice of Berkeley to have this new institute. The institute could not have happened without the support of others, and I'm delighted that we have with us here today Wilfred Chung, who is a representative of the Philomathia Foundation that has also helped support the institute, and that we have Mark Heising and Liz Simons here from the Heising-Simons Foundation, which has also stepped forward to make this all come together on this historic occasion. I think the institute will bring together people from different departments and units on campus, but also display the depth that we have here in this field, and to be able to bring just in this little stretch of California the number of people together who will be enabled by this by the institute to work together, I think is absolutely extraordinary. And we are delighted that we had the directors of fellow Kavli institutes from, I think, 5 other institutions here, other institutions in the general field of nanoscience here today, from as far away as Delft and as close as Caltech. But the They can all, I guess they've all spoken about the work of their institutes this afternoon. I was sorry to have missed it, but I think they would all testify to the transformational character of the foundation and its support for the work that each of our campuses is able to do. So nothing really pleases me more than having the opportunity to see if these things really work. I was asked earlier, just this evening, if there was a place you would get special scissors for ribbon cuttings, and I'm not sure, but I think we have one at Berkeley in a drawer somewhere, because I've actually used these scissors now 3 times in the 18 months since I've been here as chancellor. But I will also confess this is, for this institute, I think we brought even bigger scissors, because this is by far the biggest ribbon and institute and program behind the ribbon that I've had the opportunity, the great honor indeed, to be part of. So on behalf of the University of California at Berkeley, my thanks and my sense really of enduring gratitude and commendation to those who made this possible, both here on campus and from the institutions represented here. Thank you very much indeed, and go Bears. I have to say that.
Thank you so much, Chancellor Dirks. We're really glad that you could be here for this event. And we have next from the Kavli Foundation, Mr. Rocco Henkin, who is the chairman of the Kavli Foundation, and we're very, very grateful that you can be here with us.
It's a privilege for the Kavli Foundation to be able to endow institutes such as this. And it's a privilege to stand here with you and look at this wonderful facility and take a look at 1868 and think about the arc of development of science in the world and the contributions that scientists make. We're passionate in our belief about what you can do for us all in humanity. I have to say that as much as I appreciate the building and everything, it's the people, the scientists, who will work here and who will make the future for us and contribute to the knowledge of mankind. And we're very, very privileged to be part of that, and thank you so much.
Also from the Kavli Foundation, we have Bob Kahn, the president and CEO of the foundation. Bob.
First, I want to congratulate Berkeley on this great new building. I sort of watched it go up over the time that we have negotiated forming this institute. There's a famous phrase about whether there's a there, and maybe there's not a there, and it was referring to Oakland and so on. A famous author from here, you know. Having a place that you call your space, having a place that you come to, where you share common values and you do common things, makes a difference in human activity. So having a place, as opposed to a virtual place, makes a difference. And we're very appreciative of the university for both establishing space here, and we may come back up for the space that will be dedicated up at the Lawrence Berkeley Laboratory. And having these two sites, even as they're divided, as you pointed out in your remarks, Chancellor Dirks, you know, the power of that laboratory with this campus is unmatched worldwide. There are powerful universities, perhaps close to as powerful as Berkeley. Of course, we will never say anything as but none have a complementary laboratory of the type of Lawrence Berkeley Laboratory. That is the unique power that this place has had for almost 80 years now. And in that regard, we're delighted to be a part of it. I also want to acknowledge Wilfred Chung and his brothers and the Philomathia Foundation and Heising and Simons Foundation for partnering with the Kavli Foundation and really making this possible. The last thing I will say is that we believe deeply in the scientists. Chairman Rockhankin remarked, in the end it's the people, and it is. They have to have a place, but in the end it's the people. On the other hand, if you believe it's the people, you better trust them. You better believe in them and you better enable them. And so one of the hallmarks of the Kavli Foundation and our philosophy is that we believe in the scientists. So our gifts are actually unrestricted in terms of the use of the income that you get. And we trust that the scientist will use it for the most powerful means to move science forward. So we've actually bet on you. You may say thank you to us, but we bet on you, and we bet on the people. And this is really symbolic of that bet. I hope to return here, or others will return here in a decade, and see the science that's been done by all of you really making the kind of transformation that science has made over the decades and centuries for people. So with that, I congratulate Berkeley. We're delighted by this, and it's great to see you all here. Look forward to the cutting.
Thank you so much, Bob. And those are going to be good odds that you bet on, because we're going to make some really good stuff happen here. I'd like now also to invite to the podium Wilfred Chung, who's the director of the Philomathia Foundation. Wilfred, we're deeply, deeply grateful to you and to the foundation for your support.
Thank you very much, Paul. It's my pleasure to be here on behalf of the Philomathia Foundation for this occasion. Let me begin by saying how pleased and fortunate our foundation is to be a partner in this project with the Kavli Foundation and also the Heising-Simons Foundation. They're truly giants in the world of philanthropy, and they have supported numerous groundbreaking scientific researches. They've supported environmental issues and educational initiatives, and we're truly very grateful that we can be a partner in this. Our foundation has worked with different faculties and students on the Berkeley campus over many years. And we are always impressed with the sense of excellence and innovations all across the campus. And this culture wouldn't have been possible without the support of the university leadership. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank Chancellor Dirk for leading this great university. And I also want to thank our past Chancellor Bergenau and Vice Chancellor Fleming, Vice Chancellor Beatty, and Paul for their work in putting together the proposal for this institute. Alternative energy and environmental research have captured our world's attention to quite a few years. And we've seen quite a lot of innovations and discoveries. But personally, I truly believe that any breakthrough would come from our understanding of basic science. And unfortunately, like what Bob alluded earlier on today, that in the present economic and political climates, the level of support for basic science has really gotten down to a very worrisome level. And this is happening not just in the US, it's happening in a few other countries, including Canada, where I come from. But I think it's very hopeful. I think with success stories like the Kavli Institute And also with the efforts of different organizations like the Science Philanthropy Alliance, we're hoping that we can reverse this trend. This afternoon, I think we've heard some very insightful presentations. These are examples of the caliber of work that the Kavli Institutes are producing. And I'm very glad that the Kavli has chosen Berkeley to be the site to explore energy nanosciences, and for Paul to agree to lead this project. As we celebrate the opening of the Kavli Energy Neuroscience Institute, I'm very confident that in due course, great discoveries and new concepts are going to be emerged from this newest institute. So thank you.
Just want to, before we go to this next stage, I want to say a few thank yous. And we have also a few little mementos and gifts. I think that Bob Bergeneau will be at the dinner tonight, so we'll have a chance to thank him in person at that time. But both Bob and Nick really worked hard during the period of discussions around this. And of course, their leadership really has enabled this university to thrive and to continue to do so, and it will continue. So we're very grateful to them. And also, as was mentioned a moment ago, Graham Fleming is a very inspirational leader for all of the scientists and for all of the people here on this campus, and in his leadership role as Vice Chancellor for Research. He's played an enormous role and was really deeply engaged at all stages. Plus, he's part of the Kavli Institute in this particular case with his own really very beautiful research. I want to thank Steve Boggs, the Chair of Physics. We're here inside this beautiful new physics building, and what better place to have for this than any other. There's a very famous phrase coming out of Cambridge, from Rutherford, that there are only two branches of science, physics and stamp collecting. Stamp collecting is a very important part of science, and a very honorable one, and a very essential part of science. But indeed, we'll all be drawn here to be engaged with the folks here in really trying to think through very deeply about what it is we're doing. And so thank you, Steve, for all of your support along the way. Certainly, Scott Biddy played an enormous role in helping us prepare for this, as well as did Jeff Jakinich. Jeff, I think you're in the back there. Thank you so much for your help. Kaya Sert. Kaya, you really did so much work. And I'd also like to thank Negest Williams, who's done a tremendous amount of work. There's Negest, all along the way for these many things. Certainly thank you to all of the visiting Kavli folks that I see around here from around the world. It's very kind of you to come and be with us on this very nice day, so we really appreciate that. I do have a few little gifts, and so I'd like to pass some of those out. First we have, and these are just little mementos of Berkeley. Ross, we have a gift for you that you can use to have a decoration and a memory of Berkeley as time goes by. Yeah, thank you very much. And Wilfred, we have a small gift for you as well. Thank you very much. And as we mentioned, Mark Heising and Liz Simons are both here. And the Heising-Simons Foundation has been so very generous to here for the but also all across the Berkeley environment. You've made such an enormous difference in so many key ways, and we're deeply grateful to you for that. So I guess this is going to Liz. Yeah, thank you. There's one more gift that's a little bit unusual. This is actually a gift for Myung Chun. those who do not know Myung, she is a force of nature who changes the world around her and does so in the science community in many profound ways, including really tremendous leadership in many areas, but I've been working with her and observing with awe what she's been able to do as the BRAIN Initiative has been coming together, and also many other projects on a national scale. And we puzzled a lot about what we could really do to thank Myung in an appropriate way. And do we have the capability of playing this little video? Can somebody play that? So what we have here is a small coin. And the thing about this gift, Myung, is people are going to see it on your desk and they're going to have no idea, because it is a little coin that says University of California, Berkeley, and so on. But what people won't know is that right in the middle of it, there is etched on the nano scale a little gift of words to you that also says deep gratitude and thank you from the Kavli Energy NanoSciences Institute at Berkeley. Now, you can't actually see it, but you have a video. So can we just, can the video play here? Let's see, we did together. There it goes. So, and this was prepared in our nanofabrication facility. And I just want you to know that in nanoscience, there are often inverse relationships. The smaller something appears to be, the more important it is. And so our esteem and affection is really huge, and our gratitude as well. Did we get to it? Did we see it? It's a big coin, so you have to find a little spot. I don't know, somewhere.
Well, it's the problem with nano.
Yeah. You went by? Okay, great. Okay, so there's our little coin, and Myung, this is our little gift to you, and it has a little movie and video stick in there so that you can play this anytime. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Chancellor, what do you say? Shall we do it?
Let's do it.
Okay. Are you going to wield the instrument of destruction here? Come on.
Please.
Please, Mark, please. Myung, can you run it? We'll just line up over here in front of that.
Big scissors for such a nano event.
Crowded. Can you sign that side maybe? I'll come stand next to you. It's a tight space, huh?
Nobody trusts me.
Yeah.
Have you all get as close to the actual ribbon as you can. And if possible, hold it up so that
Does that work? Yes, so reach up the top.
sometimes, yes, really take a picture first.
Okay, well, this is under constraints, but we'll make it work.
Someone's going to put it on. Okay, we're almost all in. I'm going to stand. So these will be the stills, and then we'll do the action. Okay?
Okay.
And 1, 2. Excellent. And now, let's have a countdown from the audience. 3, 2, 1.
Do it again, I'm sorry.
Okay. 3, 2,